Good evening. It is time for today's Tax Talk. I'm your host. I'm attorney Stephen Leahy. This is Crypto Tuesday, March 1st, year of our Lord 2022. Lots of firsts today, right? It's March 1st. We're going to talk about a lot of firsts out there in crypto for Crypto Tuesday. It's also Fat Tuesday. Want to point that out to everybody. I had the Poochkies. Love them. Wait all year for them. Can't eat too many. But anyway, we get those. And so today we're going to talk about a lot of firsts. First NFT stuff, first cryptocurrency. It's always a lot of firsts. That's just the nature of this beast. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Won't you join us? Yep. Well, it is today's. Today is Crypto Tuesday, as I mentioned, and we always talk about. We always begin the show, as I always say, is our want to begin with the markets. And I got to tell you, the markets are out there. Went back to this. Let's go back to this. So the markets are wild because of many of the firsts, and we're going to talk about them in just a minute. Let me see if I can get this up and running for us. I don't think I can. Sure I can. Okay, let's do this again. There it is again. Let's do this again. Okay, there we are. So here's the markets. We always start with coinflip.tech. Our friends there at coinflip.tech. And we see the Bitcoin is up about 1.5% for the last 24 hours. Ethereum's actually down a small percentage, not even half of 1%, for the last 24 hours. But let's take a look for the last 7 days, because we have, since last time we met about Crypto Tuesday. And so here's the Bitcoin for the last week. You see it was at $37,000, and now it's above $44,000 again. So that's pretty. It's pretty groundbreaking. Then that it's kind of rebounded. So let's take a look at the Ethereum, and this is Ethereum. Also had a big boost for the last in the last week. And many of these reasons why they keep telling us is because of what's going on overseas. And a lot of the firsts. Could Russia get around sanctions with cryptocurrency? So Russia's the first country that's been sanctioned that's trying to get around the sanctions with cryptocurrency. It's the first one. Never really happened before. The second one, the Ukraine is trying to raise money with cryptocurrency to help them pay for their defense. So that's another first. Ukraine asking for Bitcoin donations is bullish for the cryptocurrency. So then that's one reason why it's going up. For the Russians, the Russian public can't get at their banks, so they're using crypto, which is the whole beauty of crypto, is that it's not centralized. The value is not controlled by one entity, or even a series of entities, as the SWIFT banking system is, which is what they use for sanctions to stop them. So the Russian populist is turning to crypto. Kind of makes sense. So here's another first. The Spanish soccer team is starting its own cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, they're not the first ones to start a cryptocurrency, but teams are going to start doing their own crypto. Makes sense. The Spanish soccer team, Barcelona, will create its own cryptocurrency to help keep it funded. The soccer organization has denied several deals from other cryptocurrency companies due to its interest in making its own. The team will introduce several non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, as well as its own cryptocurrency. So here's a story about the first NFT vending machine. This is an interesting story, so let's review this story a little bit more closely. What did I just buy? I tried to use New York's first NFT vending machine. Could buying an NFT the way one buys a bag of Cheetos demystify the process? And maybe it can. So let's find out. It's easy to miss the storefront that is home to the world's first NFT vending machine. In Manhattan's financial district, squished between the sandwich shop and a tailor, the windows are bathed in pink neon light with glowing letters that announce NFT ATM. Kind of like our friends at CoinFlip who have the ATM for Bitcoin. When you walk through the entryway, you enter a tiny booth with a vending machine filled with rows of little paper cartons, looking almost like cigarette packs. There are only two products, a color for $5.99 and a party pigeon for $420.69. I was here to spend some of the Guardian's money on the NFT, because that's where this is, at the Guardian, or non-fungible token. NFTs are based on a blockchain feature called the smart contract, which is kind of like a virtual vending machine. Send some of your crypto to a smart contract and it'll print a unique token, basically a digital receipt that says you now own this cat pic. Anyone else can still right-click and save this and share Mr. Whiskers, but you'll know, and anyone else looking in the blockchain will know, that the image is yours, or so the logic goes. The main problem facing users in this blockchain is it's too complicated, according to this gentleman, the Chicago-based co-founder of Neon, the startup behind the vending machines. When he called me, the 30-year-old introduced himself by telling me he was using a skillet to heat up green tea because he doesn't have a pot or a kettle. I think my ex took them when we broke up, he explained. And just as you can boil water in a frying pan, he is determined to prove you can buy NFTs without crypto. He who used to work in a progressive politics said Neon's target customer doesn't want to get into the 19th and early 20th century lessons about economics. They just want to support artists they like, and in return get a little token of conspicuous consumption. They can show off like a digital version of a band t-shirt. Neon's stated goal is to make buying an NFT as simple as buying a toothbrush, which means using an old-fashioned credit card and instead of fiddling with smart contracts, a literal physical vending machine. I didn't think my editor would be thrilled with the pigeon, so I bought a color. This, as it turns out, meant a piece of paper inside a carton with a randomly generated code that would allow me to mint an NFT, claiming ownership over one of the 10,000 different colors. He tried to classify. It's impossible to own a color. What you own is a ledger on the blockchain that represents that particular color, and we allow people to collect those colors to trade them and sell them. I still don't fully know what that means, but I wasn't about to let those silly anxieties get in the way. As if buying a bag of Cheetos, I punched in my selection and tapped my credit card. The machine beeped. The metal coil began to turn, and then nothing. My NFT was stuck. I banged on the glass, but it refused to drop. I noticed two security cameras watching me and felt self-conscious. Was I the first person in the world to lose money while physically buying an NFT? Without other options, I bought another one to push the first one off. Now I had the first one, but the second one wouldn't drop. I didn't want to keep buying them, so I left the second one there. I knew in my heart that I owned it, but I had no real way to prove it. I told Neon's co-founder what happened. That sucks. I'm so sorry, he said. Vending machines remain not perfect. He offered to send me a refund if I sent him an email with an approximate time I had made the purchase and the last 4 digits of my credit card number. I began wondering if crypto wouldn't have been easier. There was another snag when I redeemed my prize. I scanned my QR code, which directed me to a website and told me to create an account on the Neon Marketplace. Then I had to enter a 12-digit sequence on my little slip of paper to mint my NFT. But instead of getting a color based on the random 6-digit hex code used by web designers, I got a 5-digit string that results in a blank square. That's embarrassing. It sounds like we might have gotten a misprint. But maybe, I suggested, the flaw could make my NFT more desirable. Yeah, perhaps future generations will look upon your error in some way that they looked at numismatic. I looked it up too. Numismatic errors with joy. Other than listed for sale, and I wasn't convinced anyone would buy it. It didn't seem like there was much else I could do with the NFT. That is correct. You are buying it to show off, the co-founder told me, adding, we make no promise of future value. I would never sell something to someone as, oh, this is a great investment. That's bullshit. I think you should buy something if you like it and you connect with it. On the topic of investment, his company has received $3 million in seed money. The co-founder said he plans to open more vending machines in a half dozen cities over the summer, probably including Las Vegas, Chicago, LA, and Miami. The idea is that the machines will attract enough attention to turn Neon into a bustling platform, like people having fun, collecting things, showing off their taste, flexing, and connecting with other people online. That's awesome. It makes me happy. I get up every morning excited to talk to artists who want to sell on Neon. I wasn't sure who I could flex to, though, as I lingered outside the ATM for about a half an hour after my purchase on a busy street during lunch hour in Fidei. Hundreds of people walked by the financial district, but only one other person stopped to look at the booth. Oh my God, he said, snapping a picture on his cell phone. I approached and asked him if he owned NFTs. A few, he replied, but he was already walking down the street. So that's the story. It's like, what does it mean? What is it? That's a very good question. It's like nothing. It's for the flex, to show people that you know what you're talking about, but you really don't. The emperor has no clothes. Anyway, that's the first vending machine. Now, Colorado, to accept cryptocurrency as payment, will become the first U.S. state to do so. Colorado will become the first state in the United States to accept cryptocurrencies for state tax and fee payments. Another first. See, that's why we keep going to first. It's always a first. Colorado will become the first state in the United States to accept cryptocurrencies for state tax and fee payments. Residents of the states will be able to pay their income tax in Bitcoin or Ethereum starting from as early as June. Governor Polis made the announcement a few days ago. To minimize difficulties with volatility associated with cryptocurrency, the state will accept payment in digital assets and then convert them into equivalent dollar amounts in real time before depositing them in the state's treasury. It is kind of like a credit card payments, with the bonus that there are no return payments, tweeted the governor. In another post on Instagram, the governor stated that for years, the authorities have been creating the infrastructure in Colorado to make the state a center for cryptocurrency and blockchain innovation. We see it as a critical part of Colorado's overall innovation ecosystem, he stated, and added that from this summer, Colorado accepts cryptocurrencies for state tax and fee payments. We are getting a payment provider to accept crypto equivalent and deposit the dollars in the state's treasury for that amount, he said. This isn't the governor's first foray in the cryptocurrency domain. During this 2014 race for the United States Congress, he had accepted Bitcoin for campaign donations. The governor also spelled out his vision for cryptocurrency acceptance in Colorado for tax payments for the future state token in an interview with CNBC Crypto World a few weeks ago. In 2019, the governor had signed a Colorado Digital Token Act, which exempted cryptocurrencies with a primarily consumptive purpose from several securities regulations. In 2018, Ohio had attempted a similar move by enabling businesses to pay a variety of taxes with cryptocurrency. But according to Forbes, it was scrapped a year later following claims that it had not been properly reviewed. Despite regulations, many states in the U.S. are taking an experimental approach towards cryptocurrency sector. Wyoming has introduced legislation to attract cryptocurrency miners. The state of Texas has offered cryptocurrency miners a 10-year tax exemption, sales tax credits, and state-sponsored worker training to lure more in. Last year, Miami launched a Miami coin, a city coin. New York Mayor Eric Adams, too, wants to make the city the center of cryptocurrency industry. Outside the U.S., El Salvador embarked on a similar path recently. The country's legislative assembly passed a law making Bitcoin a legal tender in June 2021, thereby allowing the cryptocurrency to be used for day-to-day transactions. Again, lots of firsts. It's kind of interesting. what they could try to dream up to use this new technology. Is vending machines the way to go? Probably not. I don't know. Buying a color makes I have an NFT. It's a magenta or whatever. I don't know. But I don't know how. It doesn't make really much sense to me. At least that portion. NFTs with art, maybe that makes a little bit more sense. Other NFT products maybe make more sense. Baseball cards, things like that. Collectibles, because then we know that it's unique. There's only this one. And then we can always track it. We always know. So that makes sense. I don't know if a color is a collectible. But people used to collect Pokemon cards. I don't know. People buy, I guess that's like baseball cards. I'm a big fan of baseball cards. So maybe that'll work. But there's going to be a lot more firsts coming up in the blockchain technology, smart contracts, the DAOs. They raised some money to buy the Constitution. Although that failed, they're using it to other things. They still raised well over, I think they raised $10 million. So these things are coming. People are trying to be creative in the ways that they're using the technology, and we're going to try to keep pointing out those ways to you. And so, that's what makes Crypto Tuesday so we think interesting, and that's why you want to come back every Tuesday and every day. Matter of fact, because we always talk about good stuff. We talk about tax law. Tax law is really the core of all laws, except for the violent stuff. But even then, sometimes the tax laws are involved, unfortunately. So we're going to ask you to like and subscribe. We need your help. Like and subscribe. Get the word out. Help us get some eyes on our content. That's what we need. We need you to help. So thanks so much. Now remember, I help people fight the IRS, and so I can share what I know about the IRS with you in my book. Deal with your IRS problem today. Go to freeirsbook.com, freeirsbook.com. Get a copy of the book, and it'll be your first. You may not even need any help. There might be enough information there to help you get what you need. So thanks so much for joining us here on Crypto Tuesday. We thank you so much. We hope to see you again tomorrow. And in the meantime, let's find some more firsts for crypto. How about you send me some crypto? Just kidding. Okay. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again another time. Out.